Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and work on one more type of problem, except a word problem using our similar strategy to what we just did in the last problem. So a larger number is 30 more than a smaller number, x. The larger number is 50. What is the smaller number? So what does that even mean if we are talking about this larger number being more than a smaller number, all sorts of fun stuff, and even having a variable? So let's go ahead and think about what the x actually is. Well, I know that x is an unknown number, so it's some sort of missing number here that we're trying to find. So if I said the problem again, I would say a large number is 30 more than a smaller number or an unknown number. The larger number is 50. What is the smaller number? So we can create a equation based off of what we are talking about, kind of going from sentence by sentence in order to interpret it into an algebraic statement. So we have some larger number that is 30 more than a smaller number. So we don't know what the smaller number is, but we know the larger number is 30 more than that. So when I think about having 30 more than somebody else, what operation can I think of? Well, I know that when we have 30 more than somebody, we would add 30 more to that person. And so in this case, this person is x, or the smaller number is x. So we would represent that as 30 plus x, because x is the smaller number. Let me highlight that. Then they're telling us that the larger number is 50. So whatever this larger number is, it's 30 more than a smaller number, and it is 50. Or we could also represent that all of this added together has to equal 50, because that is what the larger number is. And then the question wants us to find what is the smaller number, or in other words, the question wants us to find what is x. Well, that looks pretty straightforward. So if we have 30 plus x equals 50, I could draw this in a model like we did in the problem above, but I don't really want to draw 30 squares and 50 squares. So let's go ahead and use our algebraic method to solve. So I know that we always work with our order of operations backwards. So the first thing our eyes should be looking for is adding and subtracting. So in this case, I do see 30 and x being added together. Since I don't know what x is, I have to deal with that 30. And how can I take away 30? By using subtraction, the inverse operations. So we have that on both sides. So we have 1x on the left and we have 20 on the right. So imagine we took away 30 squares on the left side and got rid of those. And we also took away 30 on the right side, and we are left with 20. And so we now know what 1x is, but let's go ahead and make sure that this makes our statement true. So if I add 30 plus 20, do I get 50? Yes, I do. Right? So that is the substitution method in order to check that our question or our answer is correct. And sure enough, it is. So we do just want to stamp that when we have an equation, we can use our model and draw out a picture, or we can use our inverse operations, which is GEMDAS backwards. And then for either strategy, we can substitute to check if we are correct. Let's go ahead and try some more independently.